I'm 38 weeks and 2 days pregnant. At my 37-week appointment, I was 3 centimeters dilated, and we all know I've been doing everything to try and induce labor naturally. So let's see if my efforts have worked and if I'm any more dilated at this appointment. I'm having all the typical things that you would have at this point in pregnancy, like the lightning crotch, the pressure down there, the random pains, the Braxton Hicks that are getting kind of painful now. I keep getting asked why I'm trying to give birth early, and I mean, it's very typical for people at 37 weeks to start doing things to prep their body for labor and delivery. Of course, with their doctor's clearance first, which I got. But I think it's only about 5% of people who give birth on their actual due date. A lot of people go 2 weeks early, 2 weeks late. It's just an estimate. But anyways, I had to give a urine sample at this point. I have to give one every single appointment, which is very easy. Baby is down low, pushing on my bladder, and the pee just kind of comes flowing. I was so curious to see how dilated I was, so she did the exam, and I am a solid 4 centimeters. So last time I was 3, now I'm a 4. Is that the biggest jump in the world? No, but I'm proud of it. I also gave her the go-ahead to do a membrane sweep, and then I sat here and got monitored to make sure baby was good, and she was. When I got induced with my son at 37 weeks pregnant, I actually went in and I was 0 centimeters dilated. So the way I see it is 4 centimeters dilated is amazing. If I go in for my induction, I'm already at a 4. That's good news to me. At this point, it's tradition to get first watch for breakfast if we have any kind of appointment or thing going on in the morning. I was having some really intense, sharp stabbing pain down there, and I was also starting to get contractions, which is normal after a membrane sweep. But I'm not gonna lie, my chimichanga with extra Veracruz sauce and $1 Million bacon made it all better. My goal for the rest of the day was to just take it easy. I do feel like my body is going through a lot at this point in pregnancy. What I don't want to do is just sit down and relax or take naps all day, because that honestly makes me feel worse and it makes my body hurt so bad. The more I sit down, the more pain and pressure I feel. My best friend called me and she's like, hey, I need to go to the grocery store. Do you want to come with me and just walk around? And I was like, yes, sign me up, because I don't want to walk outside. It's too hot. Even though I ended up doing that later. Her car to me is super lifted and she doesn't have those side steps that come down when you open the door. So it's a struggle getting in and out of that thing. I contemplated getting some spicy noodles because you guys are convincing me that it will put me into labor, but there's just no way. I can't handle spicy like that. So instead, I got me some yellow cake and chocolate icing that's going straight in my belly tonight. This is why I don't go to the grocery store, because I will pick up a sweet treat for myself. And I decided to go curb walking with Danielle. And the reason I haven't done this yet is because the curbs in my neighborhood are like the rounded curbs. And I thought that wasn't going to work, but it for sure did. And it felt way more effective than walking up and down the stairs like I've been doing. Once I got home, I made it a point to sit on my birthing ball pretty much for the rest of the night, because sitting down on the couch hurts my bottom area. I was rolling side to side, front to back, doing some figure eights. I heard that bouncing actually doesn't do anything, so I was doing this instead, and it felt good. Okay, then I started getting contractions, and they were pretty painful, and I was like, I'm for sure going into labor. So then I started shaking and getting really nervous and anxious, and then they kind of fizzled away as the night went on, so it wasn't true labor, but I for sure was convinced, like I say literally in every single video. I swear it's a mind game. And I'm only telling you guys because if I have to go through it, you guys have to go through it too, because you're on this journey with me. And so many of you guys are also 38 weeks pregnant, which I think is so cool. I started panic packing a few last minute things just in case and to make myself feel a little bit better. And this is the point where I was like, I need to cut the cameras. I need to go to bed. I'm not feeling well at all. At this point, I'm taking it hour by hour. That's all I could do.